Long ago, in this ancient kingdom of Alara, the people believed every problem could be solved with strength. When enemies attacked, they raised an army. When famine threatened, they worked harder. When danger came, they built taller walls. Yet, despite all their efforts, the rivers grew shallow. The harvests failed. Children were born into fear instead of hope. Year after year, Alara seemed trapped behind an invincible barrier. No matter how hard they fought, the kingdom never truly moved forward. The elders gathered in the grand courtyard every single morning, whispering anxiously among themselves, debating whether the Creator had abandoned them or if their ancestors were punishing them for forgotten transgressions. Merchants traveled from distant lands bringing tales of prosperous empires where wisdom outweighed warfare. But the rulers of Alara dismissed these foreign ideas, clinging stubbornly to their heavy iron shields and impenetrable fortresses. When a baby girl was born within the royal household, the kingdom's oldest midwife noticed a small birthmark shaped like a heart. The moment her hand brushed it, visions overcame her. She saw the kingdom surrounded by walls no mason had built, chains with no iron. The air in the royal chamber grew heavy as the midwife watched terrifying shadows dance across the stone walls, predicting a future of endless cycles unless a profound shift occurred within the royal lineage. Then she saw the child, now grown, standing at a gate that had never been opened. The gate swung wide, light poured into the kingdom. Then the vision ended. The old midwife looked at the king and queen and whispered, "This child will open what has been closed. She will loosen what has been bound. But first, she must discover the prison she carries within herself." The king furrowed his brow, struggling to comprehend how a newborn could possibly dismantle obstacles that generations of mighty warriors and seasoned generals had failed to conquer with all their physical might. As Abeni grew, she was drawn to spears and swords. She tried to wield them, but many dismissed her. Too thoughtful, they said. Let warriors decide. Slowly, she began to believe them without realizing it. She bound herself with doubt. She wandered the fields, listening. She learned the rhythms of rivers, patterns of people. She spent countless hours sitting beneath the sprawling branches of the ancient baobab tree, watching how the roots worked together beneath the soil to sustain the massive trunk against fierce seasonal storms. Years passed. The town of Alara kept declining. One night, the midwife called Abeni to her chamber. She told her the prophecy she had kept hidden. The walls around Alara are real, she said, but they were built long after the walls inside our hearts. Before the kingdom can be freed, you must help us free our mind. Abeni felt a sudden chill run down her spine as the profound weight of those words settled over her, realizing that every doubt she had ever harbored about her own worth was a brick in the very fortress holding her people back. Those words changed everything. For the first time, Abeni understood that the greatest prison was not outside the kingdom. It was within. Instead of leading an army, she sought truth. She guarded the people not to prepare for war, but to restore trust, to unite divided families, to replace fear with courage. One act of reconciliation became another. One house inspired the next. Neighbors who had not spoken for decades shared meals by candlelight, exchanging stories of old grievances until forgiveness washed away the bitterness that had poisoned the community for generations. Slowly, the invincible chains began to break. The rivers returned. The soil grew fertile. Alara came alive again. In the end, the walls no longer held power. Children ran through the open market squares, laughing freely, chasing butterflies under a golden sun that had not shone with such brilliance since the oldest inhabitants could remember. The prophecy was fulfilled, not because she conquered an enemy, but because she became the leader Alara truly needed. And from that day, the people remembered the strongest walls are not always made of stone, and the greatest deliverers are those who free their minds first. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you spending your time with me today. If this story inspired you, challenged your thinking, or helped you see life from a new perspective, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode. Thank you for being part of this growing community. Until the next episode, God bless, and I'll see you next time.